Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be my Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette collection. That's why I'm sitting in front of my makeup drawers again today to show you those items. I say Makeup Revolution, but of course I mean I Heart Makeup, I Heart Revolution, like all of these sub-brands. They all are made by a company called Tam Beauty, T-A-M Beauty, and they also have a website if you search for that where you can possibly find all of these items. However, most of these items are of course also available in drugstores in the UK. Ulta carries them in the US, and you can find most of these things at Kruidvat if you are located in the Netherlands as well. However, online you can really find the full array, and I believe they do fairly good shipping. The shipping is free over a certain amount of euros if you live in Europe. So that's a really great item. So I'm going to take you into the bottom drawer, which is where I keep most of these palettes, and I'm going to show you each one, give my opinions on each of the palettes as far as I can, because they are churning out releases left and right this year, so it's difficult to keep up and try everything out. So there are definitely a couple of palettes in this collection that I haven't yet tried, but that I hope to get around to very soon. So yeah, let's just get to my Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette collection. So these are all of my Makeup Revolution palettes right here in the back. The ones that are lying on top usually live in the drawer above, so I just put them in here just to have everything in one place for filming this video. But I'm just going to get started with the things that are on top, and I'm just going to work my way through what else is in this drawer. So here we have these mini palettes that I found at Superdrug when I was in London last May. These also come with larger counterparts. These are also available in a full size, but I thought these would be really nice for travel. This is the chocolate orange. And as you can see, this is very warm toned with a lot of peach shades. And this is a very nice one if you like those warm tones. This one is the rose gold, and this is what that looks like. This is a very neutral palette, and I really like these rosy shades in here. It's very sort of mauve-y, get a nice mustard shade, which is always nice as a transition. This is the Nudes. This is, I think it's called Nude Chocolate, or also just the Nudes. And this is even more neutral than the other one, so if you're more into browns and not very much into pinks, then this is very nice. I do feel that this one and the rose gold one are pretty interchangeable. There's just a couple of shades in each one that are different, but mainly like these like accent colors are different, but everything else in this palette is very similar to the rose gold, so I would definitely make a choice between the two. And this is the last one. This is the mint chocolate, or choc mint, I think it's called. And this is again very similar to the chocolate orange one, save for this teal, and that's why this color scheme has my preference, because these are really stunning shades, and I love putting teal on the waterline in the fall time. So I definitely think I will be reaching for this one the most out of all of these. This will be a great little handy palette to take with me when I travel. Now the other two palettes that I have in here are from their Zodiac collection, I think it was called. There are two more, which is the Fire and the Earth, but I didn't like the color schemes of those two, so I definitely wanted to get these two. I'm not sure if you can still get these. These may have been limited edition. This is the Air Sign palette. I'm blinding you there. So this is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. There you have it. There's a lot of gray shades at the bottom. You have these very beautiful aqua greeny shades, a nice blue, a couple of peaches and roses. This is a really nice highlight color. And you get enough darks and light colors to make a look. However, these are all shimmery, so that has to be your cup of tea. I don't mind an all shimmer palette like this. This has to be my favorite of the two. This is the water sign one, which maybe it's a coincidence, I'm not sure, but the water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, and I'm a Cancer, so that's perhaps why I like this color scheme so much. You get a lot of greens in here, so lots of nice like cocky greens, a nice gold. You get some good highlights in this as well. Again, all shimmer, but I do feel that these work really well in the crease as well, these darker shades. So now that we have those out of the way, you can see my actual collection a little bit better. These are all of the chocolate bar palettes, and then I have some random things here. And then I think from here to here, it's truly Makeup Revolution. And then this is the chocolate palette. So the first one that I got is also the first one that they did, and this is the Too Faced dupe. This is the I Heart Chocolate palette. I bought this because I was unsure of whether I wanted to get the actual original Too Faced chocolate bar. I have since purchased that, so I don't really have a need for this anymore in my collection. I actually did a video, which I will link in the eye right here in case you're interested, where I apply an eye look using each palette on a different eye. So you can see that the Too Faced is definitely better quality, blends more easily, you get a bit more of a vibrant look, but this definitely comes closer. If you're on a budget or if you have something against Too Faced, then this may be something you want to look into. However, I don't go to iHeart Makeup / Makeup Revolution for the dupe palettes. This is what the Naked Chocolate looks like, and I was hoping that this would be a bit more cool toned, which it definitely looks like in the pan. But when I swatched these, I felt they pulled a little bit warmer than what they look like in the pan. This one I haven't put on my eyes yet. However, I do feel that the older formulas, so these earlier palettes, even though I got this more recently, this was one of their earlier launches in this palette line. And I feel that the quality has gotten better over time. So especially if you're getting some of these older ones, don't get your expectations up too high because they've definitely improved their formula in the past couple of years. Another one that I still have to put in my eyes is this one. This is the Pink Fizz palette. And this is one of their more unique ones, I think. I don't think there's a dupe for this. And again, I got this because it's a little bit more cool toned, and I'm definitely trying to get more cool toned eyeshadow palettes as well this year. You get some like blues in here, which seem to be very pretty. And again, you have quite a few shimmers in here, but you also get some mattes. So I think this might be fun. I'm not sure. Talking about newer palettes, this is the newest one that they did, and sadly, I haven't been able to use this yet, but this is the new Violet palette. Not the Violet Chocolate, which you might expect, but the Violet palette. And a lot of people are saying that this might be a dupe for the Desert Dusk by Huda Beauty, but I think it's not because there are definitely more purples in this than there are in the Huda Beauty palette. It's definitely inspired by it, but I don't think it's a full-on dupe. I haven't put them side by side yet because I do own the Desert Dusk, so I do want to do that. And I still have to put this on my eyes as well, as I said, so I don't know how these perform yet, but the swatches of this are phenomenal, and I really can't wait to start using this on my eyes. The next palette that I have is the Mint Chocolate palette, and this one I have already used. And of course, I also have the mini version of this. This is what it looks like. I have to say that this smells quite strongly. It has a sort of sweetly, sickly sweet, chemically smell to it. I think they were trying to do something here with like Too Faced smelling things like chocolate, making things smell like chocolate. This definitely doesn't smell like chocolate. It has a bit of a yucky scent to it. It's got a very stunning, like flashy yellow gold. But what I like about this palette are the teals and greens that it has. It's got some nice cool tones here as well, but you can either make a warm toned or a cool toned look with this and it will work out. This has got to be one of my favorite Makeup Revolution palettes. Now, I mentioned not owning too many of the dupe palettes that they do. I do own this one. This is the Chocolate Rose Gold. Not to be confused with the Chocolate Elixir. The Chocolate Elixir is their dupe palette for the Modern Renaissance, but the Chocolate Rose Gold is their dupe for the original Huda Beauty Rose Gold textured palette. So let me open it up. Now, the reason why I went with the dupe and not the original is because while I was very much intrigued by the color scheme of the original palette, I didn't like the look of those chunky glitters. This still has chunky glitters, but it's not that chunky glitter formula that Huda had in her palette. So these are definitely super shiny, super shimmery. This comes very close to being like a loose, like a pressed glitter shade, but it's actually not. I have used this on my eyes. It's got a really nice bright pinky shade. It's got enough mattes that are very, very workable. And I think that if you missed out on the original or if you don't like the original and you didn't like the chunky quality of these like glittery shades, but you like the idea of the palette like I had, then this is a really, really great dupe to look into because it actually, I think, performs better than the Huda Beauty. And then this one is the Golden Bar palette, and you can definitely see where Too Faced got the inspiration for their chocolate gold palette, because this also has the gold with the chocolate, and this actually came out earlier than Too Faced, so Too Faced was trying to do them one up. Of course, it doesn't have the same shades in there. What this is a palette that has a golden tone to every single shade that's in here, apart perhaps from these two highlight shades. However, all of these shades have a hint of gold in them, either a golden shift, a golden shimmer. It makes for a very cohesive palette. Is it the most exciting palette that they ever did? I don't think so, but one thing that Makeup Revolution does very well is make golds. I am usually not a fan of gold eyeshadow, but in the Makeup Revolution formula, I do really like them. Now, this is the last chocolate bar palette that I have, and this is the Chocolate Vice, which is another favorite of mine, together with the Mint Chocolate. This has to be my favorite. If you look at this, you can definitely see what they were trying to go for here. It definitely has sort of Too Faced Sweet Peach kind of vibes, but they actually do a dupe for that, so this is not that, but you do get a couple of nice peachy shades here. You get these like apricot, like nectary shades here as well. But you also get this like weird sort of blue-gray. And you get some nice bronzes, some nice golds again. This highlight is a stunning golden highlight. It's got a good blend of both mattes and shimmers in this as well. So this is a good all-rounder. Now this is one that I know you can no longer get. This is the Naked Underneath palette by I Heart Makeup. I don't like the packaging of this. That's not why I got it. However, when I found out, I did a little bit of research when I got this. The reason I got it, first of all, is look at those cool tones. Hello. You got a lot of really nice grays, a lot of like coppery shades. This is just a very good neutral palette. It does have a lot of shimmer though. You only get a couple of mattes right here in the corner, but I don't mind that because that's just enough for me to make a look. But I really like these gray shades, these taupes, and what this was inspired by, and I thought that was really, really cool. They got the inspiration from animals. This is supposed to be a representation of colors you find in animal fur. The only other dupe palette that I own by Makeup Revolution is this. I always have to think of what this is called. This is the Reloaded Iconic Division, and this, as you may have guessed, is a dupe for the Anastasia Subculture palette. According to the Taylor, who did a comparison between this and the Bad Habit version of this, which I don't know the name of, but she did a side-by-side comparison of this with the Bad Habit one, and she preferred this, so I decided to get this. This retails for only €5. You definitely get the color scheme here. You have those mustards, those like murky colors. What they've put in extra is a black, so if you are someone who needs to have a black in their palette, then this is definitely a good version for you to have. This is a very new palette to me, and I haven't tried this yet, but they've revamped their Freedom line, I believe it was, to the Revolution Pro line. So now that's called Revolution Pro, apparently. Regeneration palette Trends Celestial. And I don't know why, but I spotted this online and thought it looked really, really interesting. You have a couple of mattes in here. This really bright orangey shade as well. You get a red in here. And then you have all these shimmers, which look like those baked shadows that BH Cosmetics has. It looks very interesting. I really like the look of this purple here. It does, however, seem to have quite a few shades that are the same. These two purples look pretty much identical. These two look the same. These two look the same, and these two look very similar. So I'm not sure how many different looks I will be able to get out of this, but I haven't tried this on my eyes yet. Now, another one from that line is this one, and this is called the Regeneration Trends Mischief Maker, and this is an all matte. No, it's not. It's not matte. I thought it was all matte. They also do an all matte version of this, I believe. But this is a very colorful palette, and I thought that was really fun. You have these like purples and magenta pinky shades. This is like a neon coral, which is really cool. You get an electric blue, a violet, some peaches, some bronzes. You get a couple of matte shades here. And then you have these fun like greeny, aqua, turquoisey shades as well. So I really like the color scheme of this. I like how this is a colorful palette without being a rainbow palette. So that's good. This is going to be very reflective. Hello. There you are. This is the Soph Revolution Extra Spice palette. This is another one of their newer releases, and this is a collaboration with a YouTuber. She went by Soph Does Nails for a very long time. I'm not sure if that's still her name. I bought this because I also have the other Soph palette that they did with her, and I love that. And this has some stunning shades. This silver was amazing in the swatch, and you just get some really nice jewel tones. I don't really get why they would release something like this in the summertime, because this screams fall time to me. So I'm definitely saving it so that I can start wearing it in the fall time. The first one was a success for me, and that's this one. And this has a few more shades than the other one. This has 24, the other one had 18. So this is the original, and this was such a great palette. I really enjoyed it. You get a couple of cool tones over here, but everything else is pretty much warm. You get a purple, you get this like duochromy weird shade, you get some golds. This is just a very well-rounded palette, I felt, and this quality is amazing of this. And I just couldn't help myself when I spotted this on their website. I actually decluttered my original Flawless palette. By now, they are on to number 4, which looks like this. And I just wanted to try it because of these berry shades that it has. And what I like about this palette is that it has 2 rows of mattes in the middle, and then these rows are shimmery, or at least mostly shimmery. So this has a good blend of mattes and shimmers, which is good, which the other palette I felt had a little less. And the colors aren't as samey as in the original Flawless. I like how you get these like magenta shades. This shade down here is absolutely amazing. Now this is one that was also a collab. This is the Fortune Favors the Brave palette. This was a collab with a British YouTuber, I think, or blogger. And this also has that like baked formula that they do. And this is very neutral, which is why I'm not wearing it as much anymore, because I'm sort of over super neutral looks at the moment. But it does have really, really nice shades in here, actually. You get some color families that they've grouped together, which is nice. You have your super neutrals here. You get some goldy, khaki kind of shades, some greens. Here you have your plums and your burgundies, your coppers and pinks, and then here again some browns and some highlighty shades. So this is the Flawless Matte 2, and these are sometimes so difficult to open. So this palette I quite like. It is an all matte palette. You get some peaches here, a very random navy, some nice grays, but this isn't very deep or anything like that. But I really like these 4 like mauvey shades right here at the bottom. Those I really, really enjoy. The rest of the palette, not that much. These are pretty much all the same. And then last but not least, this glittery number. The glitter is actually suspended in this plastic overlay, so it's not like, you don't really feel it, which is nice. And this is the Life on the Dance Floor Guest List palette, and this is very peachy. And I actually shocked myself when I ordered this, because I don't really like warm tones all that much on myself. However, this, I don't know why, but it just sparked my interest. You get some really bright peachy corally shades here. You get some really nice deep plummy shades, some warm shades as well. But what's so interesting about this is that none of it is actually brown. If it's brown like this or this or this, then it still has this like reddish, peachy, orangey undertone to it. So none of it is actually brown, which to me, that just makes this a very interesting palette. The only thing this is missing for me is like a nice bright highlight shade. This is a little too pink to be able to do that. So then it would have been a really great, well-rounded palette. So with this palette, I can't do too many looks. I kind of go for the same thing over and over, which is a bit of a shame, but still, it's a very nice palette. So that's it. There you have it. Those were all of the palettes that I have by Makeup Revolution. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below if there's a particular eyeshadow palette in this video that you would like to see me talk about more, because that is a video that I, of course, could do. And this video was also part of my eyeshadow palette series that I'm doing this month. The entire month of August I am devoting to eyeshadow palettes, both on my blog as well as on my YouTube channel. So I'll definitely have more content coming your way. So I would very much appreciate it if you could thumbs up this video, because that would help me out getting my videos out there. But of course, if you would like to stay tuned and see more eyeshadow palette related videos as I'm doing all month, then please subscribe, because I make new videos on Thursday and on Sunday. So I hope to see you in my next video. I hope you have a great day. Bye!